Warning.
Dublin Talks.
Dublin Talks.
Listener discretion is advised.
Dublin Talks.
The following show has been classified by 98FM as...
People just get on and complain.
It's low pay, I think.
A bit of crack.
Very controversial.
Those two gougers.
I think they work good together, yeah.
This show is controversial and contains Dublin Talk content that you may find offensive. 98FM's Dublin Talks with Adrian Kennedy and Jeremy Dixon.
Dublin Talks. Dublin Talks. Adrian, Jeremy, oh.
This is Dublin Talks on 98FM with AK and JD, and we're with you right through until 11 o'clock tonight. Just a little demo show, you see. That's the plan anyway, just so that you get used to having us back on the radio on 98FM. We're with you until 11 o'clock. Now, I want to move on to slightly more serious matters. You may have read this in the newspapers today, and I want to get your opinions on this right now. Here is a very simple question for you. Do all prisoners, no matter how vile the crime is that they committed, deserve protection from other prisoners who may have it in for them? Well, one of the most sickening stories that I've heard, and I'm sure you feel the same way, that we've heard over the last couple of months, is the story of the evil paedophile who brutally raped 2 children and is now behind bars, has been warned by fellow prisoners that he'll be murdered in prison. Now, the even more annoying part about that whole story is I can't even give you his name because the family didn't want his name released. But anyway, that's the law. He's been told that he's a marked man by fellow inmates in Portlaoise prison after he was jailed for raping 2 girls of 6 and 9. And I know you know the story of those 2 girls. He's now on 23-hour lockup for his own protection because the word around the prison is that he is a marked man and fellow inmates want to get him, basically, want to punish him for what he did, which, let's face it, was a disgusting, vile, heinous crime, luring those 2 young girls into the house on the pretext that he wanted them to play with his child. And every time I think of that story, it just makes me so angry. As I said, he's now on a 24-hour lockup for his own protection. The question is it against his human rights to be locked up in confinement for 23 hours a day? Does he deserve around-the-clock protection? Or do you think that a child rapist like this man deserves no protection at all? And if he happens to have the living daylights kicked out of him by the inmates and practically killed, or actually killed, maybe we shouldn't care. 6797981 is our telephone number. Do you believe that a man like this deserves protection, or should he be put into the general prison population and literally thrown to the dogs? Get on the phone right now. 6797981 is our telephone number. We'd love to hear from you. You can also text the programme at any point during the show. Our text number is 53981. 53981 is our text number if you want to get involved right now. So the question that we're asking is very simple. This guy is on 23-hour lockup, basically for his own protection, to stop the general prison population getting at him and ripping him apart like a dog. The question is, should he be on that sort of protection, or should he be just let walk around the prison and have lumps knocked out of him? Call me right now. 6797981 is our telephone number. You can also text us on 53981. And if you've joined us tonight for the very first time, please write in your diary that our brand new show, this is just a test run if you like, our brand new show starts Monday at 10 o'clock right here on 98FM. So get on the phone right now. 6797981. Quick break. We're back with your calls in just a moment.
The fact that this conversation is being had is only a testament.
98FM's Dublin Talks.
Call 6797981.
98FM's Classic Movie Club presents The Lion King.
Everything the light touches is our kingdom.
Showing at our 98-seater VIP screen at Movies at Swords.
Help me!
Long live the king.
To get your bum on a seat, text the word swords to 53981 for 20 cents.
Run away and never return.
The Lion King.
You know my father?
Correction, I know your father.
Thursday, March 13th at 7 p.m.
Hakuna Matata. More info at 98fm.com.
Simba's the rightful king.
The choice is yours, Scar.
98 FM's Classic Movie Club.
We are all connected in the great circle of life.
Only from Dublin's biggest movie station. 98 FM. Adrian Kennedy and Jeremy Dixon.
On 98 FM.
When I left Clondalkin, the county council gave me a house. I was tormented over there. My whole life has gone. I had a 4-bedroom house. Now I'm living in a 1-bedroom house on the south side.
Call Adrian and Jeremy now. 6797981.
Unfortunately, he's not the only one. I know many people in Tallis, Finglas, you name it, that are living in complete terror.
98 FM's Dublin Talks.
Our telephone number is 6797981. This is Adrian Kennedy with the very first kind of trial edition of Dublin Talks right here at 98 FM. Our brand new programme starts next Monday the 10th. Right here on 98 FM. The boss man said, you need a bit of practice, Kennedy. You're a little bit rusty. So that's why we're here tonight. Now, I want to move on to, like I said, more serious matters. And the story in the news over the last couple of days, and it still makes me sick when I think about it. The guy who brutally raped 2 children, lured him into the house, and I cringe when I think about it. But he's basically being told that he is a marked man by fellow inmates in Portlaoise prison after he was jailed for raping 2 girls of 6 and 9. Because of the law, I can't tell you who he is. People in his local area apparently know who he is, but we're not in a position to tell you who he is. Anyway, the point being that he's now on a 23-hour lockup for his own protection. And we're asking, should he be on 23-hour lockup for his own protection, or should he be just left roam amongst the prison population and have lumps knocked out of him? Call us right now. 6797981 is our telephone number. You can text us as well. 53981 is our text number. Now, let me go to Shane. You're on 98 FM. How are you, Shane?
How's it going, Adrian?
Good, Shane. Thank you very much. Now, you believe that this guy should get protection?
I do, yeah.
Why?
Well, he done the crime, so he's obviously paying the price for what he done. But nobody's there to go to prison and get the shite knocked out of him.
Not even him?
Nobody.
I mean, I don't know if you're aware of the full story of what this guy actually did, but he lured 2 kids into his house and just horribly raped them. And you were saying somebody like him should get protection.
Yeah, I honestly think the crime is irrelevant. I think...
Well, it's the prison system's duty to look after this guy, to protect him and mind him.
I think so, yeah.
Stay there for a second. AJ, you're on 98 FM. How are you, AJ?
That fella is an absolute arsehole. If he thinks... what is he thinking? That fella is actually an arsehole, and he thinks he done his crime, do the time for the next 7 years.
No, the point is, I'm sure you agree, Shane, that this guy deserves to be punished, I'd like to think.
He deserves to be punished.
And is being punished.
How would you call punished being brought to court and then go again, 6 years or whatever? He's after doing a very terrible thing. He should be named, shamed, and get the... Do you know what? Let the animals in prison, because anybody who's in prison are animals, right? They're being guilty for whatever crimes. Oh, no, do you know what? Let the animals in the prison deal with this scumbag. How dare you say defend him?
Yeah, but AJ, you can't also be saying that prisoners have the right to knock lumps out of somebody and kill the guy. I mean, this guy. The headline in the paper today was basically saying that this guy's life is in danger. The paedophile beast has been threatened by inmates, and you're saying that if other prisoners kick him to death, well, then good enough for him.
Yeah, but look, Adrian, I've been in prison too, and I've often asked people, like the prison guards say, what are they doing now in the corner? And they say, they're getting the heroin. And they say, I like them. I ask them, I question, what are they doing now? And they go, let them do what they want. They're not hassling on me. Why should I put myself, like they said, in danger? Let them do what they want.
What if it was you they were knocking the shite out of?
Put the sheep to the wolves. That scumbag done something he shouldn't have done.
Sorry, Shane, say that again. Say that again, Shane. The point you were making there, Shane. Go on.
I was just wondering, what if it was him there knocking the shite out? Would he have the same opinion then?
What?
What, if it was him getting the lumps knocked out of him?
Yeah, when he was in prison that time.
Yeah, but I'm not a paedophile. I don't touch children. I don't do anything wrong.
It doesn't matter what the crime is. Nobody's there to get the shine knocked out of them when they're in prison.
I don't need anybody beating me up. Nobody's going to beat me up if I'm in prison for drunken disorderly or smashing a shop up. But if I'm in there for touching children,
nobody in prison is there to get the lump knocked out of them.
You see, hang on. The fundamental point that Shane is trying to make here is that the prison system has a duty of care, which it does, has a duty of care to ensure that while somebody is an inmate, that they are, I won't even say protected, but that they don't get killed in the care of the prison service.
Yeah, but here, Adrian, listen to me. I've been down that road, right? And then they turn a blind eye. Look what happened to King Rat up in the H blocks. Look what happened to him. They turned a blind eye just to get him out of the peace process.
But they shouldn't be turning a blind eye.
That's what I was going to say. You believe that the prison service should turn a blind eye to this guy being threatened in the way he has. Turn a blind eye and let the other prisoners just literally kick him to death.
Yeah, because you know what? The families after these court cases, right, and they turn around and say, that's not good enough for me. If he gets 7 years after being some poor unfortunate to death because he does a drug problem, all of a sudden the court say 4 years. He probably on 3 years.
But that's not his fault. That's the judge. The judge is handing that down, not him.
Bullshit in this country because even I wouldn't mind, but Trinity College Judge Judy Shinland, she came over and she said the justice system in this place is ridiculous, and that's why nobody gets major laws here. And you know what? For somebody, take the law into their own hands. You know what I mean? This is bullshit. The laws in this city and this country are bullshit.
All right, stay there, both of you, for 1 second. 6797 981 is our telephone number. It's the very first trial edition. We'll get the sack tomorrow after all this, but anyway, it's the very first trial edition of Dublin Talks with Adrian Kennedy tonight. Now, we're in the middle of a conversation all to do with a headline in a couple of the papers today, but in particular in the Irish Daily Mirror, where the guy who we can't name for legal reasons wasn't named in court. His face is blurred out on the newspaper photographs and everything else, but that's not necessarily for his protection. That's for the protection of the kids that he abused. But the headline says pedo beast threatened by inmates, and it's basically saying that this guy's life is under threat and that he's under 23-hour lockup for his own protection. And we're asking whether or not people like this should be just let roam around the general prison population. And what AJ is saying is, if he has himself kicked to death, well, tough. Literally tough. 6797 981 is our telephone number. You can also text us at any point during the programme. 53981 is our text number. Tim, you're on 98FM. How are you, Tim?
Sorry.
Good, Tim. Now, your point on this was that you would literally do time to get at this guy.
I would go and do my time. If that was my kids, I'd actually go and do my time just to get at him.
So you'd almost commit a crime to get into prison in order to get at this guy?
If they're my kids, I would actually go and do time to get at that chap.
Okay, well, they're not. But your point is that you think that people like him should be released among the prison population, and if his life...
You know what? I'd put him to the dogs. If
his life is being threatened, if his life is under threat, if his life is under threat, you have absolutely no sympathy.
I would. If that was my kid, I got kids. If that was my kid, I'm telling you for one thing.
I
set myself in a situation that I have to.
I've kids myself. I've kids myself, and I know that sort of anger, and I can relate to that sort of anger, and I know where you're coming from, but. The law is the law, and the law is the law. No, but hang on for 1 second. The law is the law, and this guy has been punished. He is in prison. That's where he deserves to be. Nobody has an argument there. But hang on for 1 second. Wait. The point I'm trying to make is that other inmates, other prisoners, don't have the right to kick lumps out of them, even though you might feel that way. But who are they to dish out that sort of punishment?
Listen, there's criminals that do the wrong thing, right? They're in there for whatever to do and the whole lot, right? Bank robberies or whatever the bloody hell to do. But listen, doing stuff like that to bleeding kids, you know what I mean? It's not right. know what I mean? A guy should be put into the population, punished.
All right, Shane,
if that was me, I guarantee you, I would do a crime
just to get into the prison, just to get your hands on him.
I would.
Now, Shane, I'm sure you can understand that sort of anger. We all feel that way when it comes to abuse of children, for somebody to lure kids into his house to abuse them in the way he did.
That guy that was talking earlier on, he was given the socks, or he shouldn't be. Why not? Why not? If he had kids, would he not be in the same situation? What I'm saying.
I can understand your anger and all that, but I think that makes you worse.
How can it make me worse, man?
Because you're actually committing the crime just to get into prison. You're actually going out to commit a crime just to get into prison, just to get to him.
Listen, I'm a hard-working chap. I work for a living.
Him, in my opinion.
I do my kids. I bring the school. I do all that kind of bollocks, right? I look after my kids. Anybody did that to my fucking kids, I'm telling you out here, I fucking swear to God, I promise you.
Mind the language. No need for all the F. And I do understand your anger. But again, I'm coming back to the point that Shane is making. I'm sure, Shane, you detest people like this guy just as much as the rest of us.
I'm saying what he's done is right, Adrian.
Yes, but
he's doing his time for the crime. He's being punished already.
All right.
What gives anyone right to and you fed his dinners every day and all that, and he watching the television and all, think it's all socks, think it's great. Don't think so, Paul. Sorry, I just don't have the same fucking attitude as you do.
He can't go anywhere. He can't do anything.
All right, stay there for 1 second. Let me bring in some more calls on this. 6797981 is our telephone number. You can also text us on 53981. The story we're talking about, and by the way, if you've just tuned in tonight and you're wondering, who's that fella? I'm a chap called Adrian Kennedy. I disappeared off the radio a couple of months ago, but I'm back. And so is Jeremy. And we're part of the new talk show here at 98FM called Dublin Talks. So for those of you wondering where we disappeared to, I'd love to bore you with the details. But we're here now. We've been off the radio for a couple of months, but we are back here on 98FM and loving it and really enjoying our new jobs and the new company that we work for. Anyway, we're in the middle of a conversation about the guy that you definitely heard this story over the last couple of days. This paedophile who lured two kids into his house. He viciously raped the two of them, 6 and 9 year olds. In Portlaoise prison, he's on 23-hour lockup for his own protection, because the word around the prison is that he's a marked man. And we're asking, should he be? Or should he be just shunted out into the prison population? And sure, if they kick him to death, that's his own problem. Helen, you're on 98FM. How are you, Helen?
Hi, how are you?
Very well, thanks, Helen.
Lovely to hear you again.
Thank you very much indeed, Helen. Welcome to Dublin Talks. Now, your point on this is that he deserves no immunity, no mercy, and if other prisoners want to get at him, tough.
No, Adrian, no. I don't believe in violence, right? I think the law should change. Why should we taxpayers pay for him, for security? He has no worries. Everything has been paid for. He's getting all his food. Hold on. He has robbed these children of their innocence. These families have been destroyed because of what he has done, okay? The law should change, and the likes of that beast, I won't call him a man, because men really...
in fact, the word beast probably isn't even strong enough for him, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, but, okay. The law should change, and the likes of that, really, I believe in the death penalty for the likes of that, because there is no therapy for them. There is no cure for them. They're just evil. Because
look, you're preaching to the converted on this one. And let me just go back to you for a second, Shane, because you can't... I mean, somebody texted in. I won't actually read out what the text said, Shane. It's a little bit harsh now, I have to say, but it says, I don't know any man who would defend an absolute scumbag like that. But you're not defending him, sure you're not?
No, I'm not defending him at all, Adrian, no. All I'm saying is nobody deserves to go into prison and have the lumps kicked out of him,
So, Helen, isn't that the job of the prison service, to protect people like that?
Look, but why should a prison service have to do that? As I said, if the law was changed, the death penalty for the likes of that, Because look, why should other prisoners breathe the same air as that evil beast? You know, why should they? And why should other prisoners be? They're doing their time for the crime they've done, right? That's the worst crime of all, I feel. To take a child's innocence, it's the worst crime. It's the most cowardly
It is.
thing, you know?
It is absolutely the worst
Okay?
crime. Yep.
And locking him up, he will never get a conscience because he's so evil, you know?
All right, do me a favour, Shane and Helen, stay on the line there for 1 second, will you?
No bother.
Yep. And I'll be back to you straight after the break. Our telephone number is 6797 981. This is the new Dublin Talks at 98FM with Adrian Kennedy. The show proper starts next Monday at 10 o'clock, and we hope you can join us for that. I'd like to hear from you straight after the break. We'll take some more of your calls on whether or not you think people like this guy deserve protection in prison. 6797 981. We're back in just a moment. Don't go away.
Hello. Grab your phone.
Call Adrian and Jeremy now. 6797 981.
98FM's Dublin Talks.
Continues next.
98FM traffic, getting you to work.
There are two crashes on the M50 southbound within 50 metres of each other.
And back home.
Then a crash northbound too. It's after Tala. It's been cleared off the road and things are still busy there, particularly from Ballymount to the Red Cow.
You're on the move with 98FM traffic.
With Fordability at DublinFord.ie.
Dublin's 98FM. Adrian Kennedy and Jeremy Dixon.
On 98FM.
Hello. When I left Clondalkin, the county council gave me a house. I was tormented over there. My whole life has gone. I had a 4-bedroom house. Now I'm living in a 1-bedroom house on the south side.
Call Adrian and Jeremy now. 6797 981.
Unfortunately, he's not the only one. I know many people in Tala, Finglas, you name it, that are living in complete terror.
98FM's Dublin Talks.
And this is Adrian Kennedy with you tonight. Hope you're enjoying the programme. Our very first venture onto 98FM after several months off the radio. It was long, but we're back and delighted to be here. 6797 981 is our telephone number. You can also text us at any point during the programme. 53981 is our text number. Now, as you would have heard before the break, we're in the middle of a conversation all to do with this disgusting, vile man that raped two young kids aged 6 and 9. He's now on 23-hour lockup for his own protection. The word around the prison is he's a marked man, and God love him if he ever gets around the general prison population, because he's a goner. The question we're asking is, does somebody like this deserve protection in the prison? Now, I tell you what I want to do. Just very quickly, I want to run a Dublin Talks text poll right now on 53981. Here's the question I want to ask you, and it's very simple. Should somebody like this guy, who was jailed for such a vile, heinous crime, be given prison protection? Locked up in 23-hour lockup for his own protection. All I want you to do, is simply text yes or no to 53981. Okay? Simple as that. Text yes or no to 53981. And let us know whether or not you think that the prison service has a responsibility to protect somebody like this from the rest of the prison population. Just text yes or no to 53981. I'd love to find out what you think about this. Yes or no to 53981. Ian, you're on Dublin's 98FM. How are you, Ian?
Hi, Adrian. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks, Ian. You believe that the prison is meant to deter people?
I wouldn't agree that the protection should be given, because apart from being a punishment itself, the idea of prison, I think, should be a deterrent for crimes. You know, I mean, it's common knowledge to all of us out here that some criminals in there, the protection happens, this, that and the other. But, you know, if that protection was never there, I think it would make prison a stronger deterrent. You know what I mean? It might push people away from crime just that little bit more. So I don't know. I don't agree with this protection thing at all, I have to say.
But do you agree that prisoners have the right to knock the living daylights out of other inmates?
No, I wouldn't say that per se. It is a tough one. I just personally, once they're in there. Yeah, I suppose I'd fall on the side of whatever happens. You know, I just think, you know, as somebody said earlier on, this crime, he's robbed those children of their innocence, of their rights. Why should he be given these bonus things. Do you know what I mean? I can't understand that. I just can't understand why he should be given protection.
Because he is now, if you like, in the care of the prison service. That's basically it. He's in the care of the prison service. So the prison service has a duty of care to protect him.
Well, maybe that's it. Maybe it's the fact that, you know, it's known that the prison will care for you when you're there. This place should be, you know, there shouldn't be any positives at all about going to prison. It should just be the ultimate negative. It should completely be the ultimate terror.
What are you saying? Turn a blind eye to other inmates kicking lumps out of him and perhaps killing him? Turn a blind eye to that? Let free-for-all exist in the prison?
I suppose, yeah. I suppose, it's... obviously, the ideal world would be that sort of thing doesn't happen in there, but it does, so... Yeah, I guess so. I guess that's what I'm saying.
Well, there you are, Shane. He would like to see a free-for-all in the prison system.
No, I disagree with that now. Anyone in a fight should get a harder sentence, I think.
Somebody like him should get a hard... Oh, sorry, anybody who would pick on somebody like him in prison deserves to be punished even more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree with that as well.
But that's not what you said a second ago. You said it should be a free-for-all.
No, I said protection shouldn't be there, but if anyone does choose to attack him, then that shouldn't go unpunished either. Do you know, that kind of way? I'm not... Basically, I'm not saying... throwing him into prison and hope he gets punished. You know, I just don't think he should be protected. But if anybody commits another crime and they're of a violent nature, they should be punished accordingly.
Yeah, but the fact that he's in prison is a punishment.
All right, stay there for 1 second, both of you. 6797981 is our telephone number. You can also text us at any point during the programme. 53981 is our text number. And in fact, we're running a Dublin Talks text poll where we're asking you whether or not people like this paedophile who brutally raped two young girls aged 6 and 9 by luring them into his home, and I'm sure you're familiar with the story. It's just a vile story. He's getting protection in prison. He's under 23-hour lockup so that the other prisoners don't get their hands on him, basically. And the question we're asking is, should he get prison protection? And we're asking you to text on our Dublin Talks text poll. You text yes or no to 53981. Yes or no to 53981. Should people like this get prison protection? Simply text yes or no to 53981. Now, excuse me, Peter, you're on 98FM. How are you, Peter?
How are you doing, Adrian?
Very well, thanks, Peter. Now, so you were basically saying that somebody like this guy should be killed.
100%. Like, come on.
By whom? Whose duty is it to kill him?
What?
Whose duty is it to kill him?
I tell you, I have two boys. If I had daughters or anything happened to my kids or anything like that, anyone even touch them sexually, I'd fucking kill them straight away. And I think that'd be a father's first instinct.
Absolutely.
You know? Even residents, anybody, you know, like if you heard that somebody did that, if you caught them in the act, you'd fucking kill them there stone dead.
No,
you shouldn't have even made it to a trial.
I know, but we don't live in a jungle. We live in a country with law and order, and the law worked in this case. No, this guy was.
He stoned him over in other countries for less. I'm telling you, see that? No way. Touching a kid or nothing to do with a kid. No, he shouldn't have made it to the trial. And I hope he deserves it. He deserves everything he fucking gets.
Yeah, but Peter, be realistic here. We don't live in a banana republic. We live in a country where we have laws. Somebody breaks the law, like that guy. He got punished. He's where he belongs now. He's in prison.
Yeah. And you have to live with that for the rest of your life if that's your son or daughter. And your son or daughter's life gets wrecked growing up, you know? No way. You should be shot. You should be.
Do you get angry?
Getting shot is too easy for him. You know, too easy for him.
But hang on, I'm asking you to be realistic here, Peter. We don't have laws that enable us to just shoot people.
Well, no, we don't have laws. But I'm telling you, you're not going to be thinking about the law if it's your son or daughter. No, you won't. Because I certainly won't.
Philip, you're on 98FM. How are you, Philip?
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm grand, thank you, Philip. Now, you believe that somebody like this deserves no 23-hour lockup. It does annoy me, by the way, that I can't even name this guy, but that's just the law because of the protection of the kids. But this guy deserves no protection in prison and should be thrown to the wolves of the prison population.
Yes, absolutely. I agree with Peter, absolutely. I have 2 daughters, 4 and 14, and if anything like this would happen, like he either wouldn't make it to the trial, or if he would survive the prison, he would be dead after, because he wouldn't be able to live with it if somebody touched your kids.
Yeah, but Shane, are you surprised, or would you have expected the reaction? Are you there, Shane?
Yeah, I'm here, yeah.
Are you surprised, or would you have expected the sort of reaction we're hearing tonight? The vast, in fact, I think you're the only one that thinks that the prison service has a duty to protect this guy.
No, I kind of expected that reaction, all right, but I think the fact he's in prison, he's got nowhere to run or hide. So something has to be done to stop him from getting killed.
What would you say if he would touch your kids?
Is it not as simple as that, Philip? That is the job of the prison service, to protect this guy. We mightn't like the sound of a monster like him being protected, but that is what the prison service's duty is.
No, he's there to serve his sentence, but obviously all the prisoners, they are absolutely against any pedophiles and any kind of murderers like this, you know, and they would always go against them, and they will always kind of punish them, I would say.
But Ian, you think that offering protection to people like this guy actually weakens the prison system?
Yeah, I mean, as one of the lads was saying there before, he was sentenced to prison for this awful crime. He should now get everything that comes with prison. Why is it that, you know, we've heard this thing over the year that it seems to be almost the worse the crime, the more preferential treatment you get in there. You know, the people in there for robbing cars or murder, whatever, they're not getting protection. They're not getting special treatment. Why should he?
A lot of them do. If there is a known threat to anybody in prison, they are protected in this way. It's the duty of the prison service to protect its inmates. And like I said, we might cringe at the mere thought of somebody like him getting protection, but that's the way it works.
Yeah.
And by the way, in our text poll, just to let you know how kind of out of the loop you are on this one, Shane, 83% of people from our text poll so far tonight, where we asked, does somebody like this deserve protection? 83% of them saying no. What do you say to that? What do you make of that sort of attitude from people?
Just obviously people have no heart, they don't understand. So he's in prison, he's doing the time. So just let him get on with it.
And that's what we expect. That's what our law prescribes for this guy.
Yeah, well, the judge handed down the sentence. It's not as if he went out and gave the sentence to himself.
No, that's very true. The judge handed down the sentence. Philip, the bottom line being that you know he is doing what the law has asked him to do, which is go to prison.
Yeah, why would you have heart with somebody who did something like this? He didn't have heart with those kids either. So why we should have heart with him? And feeling for him if he will get hurt.
Yeah, no, I like I said, I completely understand people's anger. I completely get the just rage that people feel about guys like this. But I'm totally with Shane in terms of you're in no way defending this guy, Shane. Yeah.
Oh no, what he's done is completely out of order, Adrian. But I think that in prison he deserves to be protected.
Ian, is it not as simple as that?
Like everyone else that's in prison deserves to be protected.
Yeah, okay. Stay there for 1 second. 6797 981 is our telephone number. This is Adrian Kennedy with our very first edition of Dublin Talks, which, by the way, officially starts next Monday morning at 10 o'clock. Okay, next Monday morning at 10 o'clock, the very first official episode of Dublin Talks starts right here on 98FM. Okay, next Monday morning at 10 o'clock. The boss man just wanted to hear what I sounded like on the radio because he hadn't a clue who I was. But I'm here now. Anyway, yes, next Monday morning at 10 o'clock. Now, let me go to Lee. You're on Dublin's 98FM. How are you, Lee?
Grand.
You also, like the other 85% of the callers tonight, you also believe that people like this deserve no protection, don't deserve to be on 24-hour lockup. They should be just released to the wolves.
Yeah, because it's not fair that if dogs scar kids for life, they're put down. Why can't rapists be put down? They're scarring the kids for life as well.
And again, I know that's how so many people feel about this, that these are evil, horrible, disgusting monsters that should get a lethal injection, but we don't have the death penalty in this country, Lee. And I don't see a time that we ever will.
But why would you put someone on protection when he's after doing something to someone's kid? There's people that there's other people that need protection as well, but he's taking their spot. Like, he's taking a kid's childhood by raping him, by touching him. Does he not understand? That's like killing someone. It's like taking their life away. And he took two young girls' lives away, and he gets prison on 23-hour lockdown. That's nearly like a holiday for the fella.
Hardly a holiday now. Seriously, locked in a room for 23 hours a day is not a holiday in anyone's language.
Not a holiday. How do you think the two girls feel?
No, I daren't think how the two kids feel. And what he did is absolutely vile, but, you know, being locked up in a room on your own for 23 hours a day, 7 days a week is hardly a holiday. And being in a place that you know everybody in the building absolutely despises you. Even other rapists despise this guy.
Yeah, exactly. The more you do it, if you know you're going to do it. Like, that's sick. He should be put down. He's not well in the head.
All right, stay there for 1 second. Let me just squeeze in one last call on this. John, you're on 98FM. How are you, John?
How are you doing, Adrian?
Good,
I'm just
John.
thinking up there. What protection did them two little girls get from him?
Sadly none. And that is...
sadly none. So why should us taxpayers have to pay for scumbags like him?
Do you support the bringing back of the death penalty, then?
Yeah, I do, yeah. Because he took them two young girls' lives away. They had no protection from him or from anyone. They'd known. He told them that he'd hurt their mother and father. So how can anyone back the likes of that scum and let him have protection in their prisons and us taxpayers pay for him to sit in the prison and feed him, keep him safe? Because them kids weren't safe when they're walking to a party. So how does scum like him in this country, us taxpayers, have to pay for the likes of that dirt?
And you feel you would like to see, for people like this, the death penalty being basically reintroduced?
Give them the lethal injection, whatever has to happen to them. Because what good are they to us, to our society? None.
All right, thanks very much. Thanks very much, Lee, for your call, John, because we're just about out of time. Before we go, and thanks very much, Lee, for all of your calls tonight. It's been very inspiring for our very first Dublin Talks here on 98FM. Now, Jeremy is here to invite you to join us for our brand new show next Monday morning.
It's not a party. Please come along and
it is a party.
We'll be serving Ferrero Rocher.
Oh, no, it is a party.
And champagne.
Yes, we will.
Yes. Okay, well, I do it. I cordially invite... Cordially?
Yeah, cordially. Yeah.
I cordially invite you to listen to Dublin Talks on 98FM this coming Monday at 10 in the a.m. That's 10 a.m.
on the 10th.
In the morning.
10 on the 10th.
What?
10 on the 10th.
Yes, exactly.
It's the 10th.
Yeah, I know it is.
It's the start of our brand new show, Dublin Talks, 10 to 12 every single weekday right here at 98FM. We're really looking forward to it, and I'm really extra enthusiastic after the response to our very first show here at 98FM.
And obviously we're not going to read out the texts. I'm going to go home and read them all in bed later on tonight. That's what I do.
Really?
But thanks very much for all the texts and the tweets of encouragement. Twitter's been flying.
That's good to hear.
The text machine is blown up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's great to be back. It's like, as somebody just tweeted, it's like the lads never left.
That's good to hear. That's what we want to hear. All right, thank you very much indeed for joining us. Dublin Talks, the brand new show on 98FM, officially starts, because, you know, this is just a demo basically, officially starts next Monday morning at 10 a.m. right here.
How are you going to get up at that hour of the morning, by the way? It might be about 10:05 in the morning, okay?
I'm working on
it. Yeah. Could be about 10:10.
Have a great weekend. Talk to you Monday morning at 10 a.m. Night.
Adrian Kennedy and Jeremy Dixon.
On 98FM.
Hello. When I left Communicorp, the county council gave me a house. I was tormented over there. My whole life has gone. I had a 4-bedroom house. Now I'm living in a 1-bedroom house on the south side.
Call Adrian and Jeremy now. 6797 981.
Unfortunately, he's not the only one. I know many people in Tallaght, Finglas, you name it, that are living in complete terror.
98FM's Dublin Talk.
Best
Irish
music. 98FM's Totally Irish.
On the show this Sunday evening, we've got live music from rock and roll band Sal Vitro ahead of their Whelan's gig next Friday. Angela Dorgan from FMC will be telling us about the Irish acts performing at this year's South by Southwest Festival. And as always, we'll have the very best in new Irish music.
Totally Irish with John Barker.
With the Hard Rock Cafe Dublin.
Sunday night at 9 on 98FM.